Hey team. So by now, hopefully you've linked all your courses together. You can find that video back on TinyURL under Chromebooks. Um, Otherwise, I'm going to move forward, and this session is going to be about building your gradebook. Now, this is very important to do from the front end because as you start building assignments and assessments in Schoology, you want to make sure that the grades you're putting into Schoology are adding up more or less with what you put into Infinite Campus, which is the official gradebook. So for starters, I'm going to select my course. And this is the Schoology 101 course that I've created and dropped you in. This is where I'll be teaching you Schoology through modeling. So as I create an assignment, I'll show you how to do it, and then you'll interact with an assignment. And I got to give you guys some grades. So I'm going to go over here to the left-hand side where I have Materials, Updates, and Gradebook. Click on Gradebook. And you see that I have no assignments across the top and no grades for you yet. Over here on the left-hand pane under Gradebook, click on Grade Setup. And you should only have to do this once. Now your screen is going to look a little different than mine because you have more courses attached to your name, but it should still total a weight of 100. And let me preface all this by saying that you need to just make your students aware that regardless of how you set this up, and you're going to do it right the first time, don't worry about that. The official grade is what goes in Infinite Campus. And make sure parents are aware of that as well, because they will ask if there's a discrepancy, of course. So for starters, what I'm going to do is at the top here, click on Add. And now it's important to make sure that your grade category weights match up with what you have in Infinite Campus. And so for me, I'm just going to do some generic titles, like I'm going to start with Mastery. All right. And that is going to be by percent. And I would probably leave drop lowest at 0. So create. And you see it's created there. All right. I'm going to go ahead and add my other categories. So Mastery, let's do a participation as a percent. And I'm just going to do another generic. We'll say homework as a percent. And then why don't we call one projects as a percent. And now notice that these aren't assigned any weights. So you're going to click on weight categories. And here you can go in and change the weight to make your grade book reflect what it is in Infinite Campus. So I'm going to do Mastery at 40%, participation at 10. I'm going to do projects at 30%, homework at 20. And all that's done. So it should just reflect what you have in Infinite Campus. Over here on the right-hand side, you've got 3 options: numeric, A+, minus, and A in the Walton County Public Schools. Go ahead and star WCPS. That way it's your default scale. And that just makes sure that the scale rating for pass-fail matches up with Infinite Campus. Don't worry about rubrics yet. We'll add rubrics later. And down here, make sure that the final grade setting scale matches WCPS. And don't select round, period, or final grade. And that's all the changes we really need to make. So we're going to go ahead and click Save Changes. And there you go. Now, if I go back to my gradebook, once I start adding assignments, I'm going to see those weighted categories, and it should calculate more or less the same as it does in Infinite Campus. All right, if you have any questions about setting up your gradebook, feel free to email me or come by and knock on the door anytime. Thank you.